Oh, hey, how's it going? I'm the tatted ball guy, here for the music sleep study.
Oh yes, we've been expecting you. Let's get you into bed and hook you up to the machines. Be warned, they're a bit noisy.
Very good.
I do have one quick question before we start, though. What's with this cat?
Oh, don't worry about her. She's here to help the patient sleep better.
Is that so? Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
What's up, everybody? I'm the tatted ball guy, and I test out gear so you don't have to. Today, we definitely have the coolest, most unique pedal to ever be featured on my channel. Of course, I'm talking about the Echo Dream 2 from Death by Audio. This pedal is pure magic in a box. Lush delays, fuzzy chaos, and other ambient tones that would make any guitar player have to change their shorts. And in this video, we're going to explore the many different tones and see if this pedal's right for you. But before we go any further, full transparency is paramount. I did receive this pedal for free, but I did so with the understanding that I would give an honest review, good or bad. I don't make any commission if you decide to buy one, so I'm simply sharing my findings with you. Now that that's out of the way, let's take a closer look, starting with the aesthetic. I absolutely love the black and purple. Somehow they managed to nail both the vintage and the futuristic aesthetic. That's pretty cool. So let's talk about the build quality. Death by Audio hand makes their pedals in Queens, New York. That being said, they're definitely made with the highest quality and care. As you can see, it has top-mounted jacks, allowing it to fit neatly on your pedal board. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of top-mounted jacks, and I notice more and more high-end pedal companies are doing it that way. So before we take a look at the knobs and switches and find out their many different functions, let's talk about what this pedal is. At its core, this is an analog delay pedal with fudge and pitch shifting modulation. To call this pedal unique would be putting it lightly. Now let's take a closer look and find out some of its capabilities. Starting with the middle row right here. At the top, we have the master volume knob, which controls the volume of the pedal output. Underneath, we have the fuzz pedal, which controls the gain. It goes from clean to overdrive to full-on fuzz. And underneath that, we have the delay knob, which controls the volume of the delay signal. This knob right here allows you to set the delay time in milliseconds. Under that, we have the feedback knob, which adjusts the repeats from slapback to runaway oscillation. Before we get to the toggle switches, we have one more set of knobs right here. At the top, we have the speed knob, which sets the modulation rate for pitch shifting warble. Underneath that, we have the depth knob, which controls the intensity of the modulation effect. Now on to the toggle switches, starting off with the left toggle switch right here. This toggle switch allows you to go from a 50-50 wet-dry blend to a 100% wet signal for your effects loop. And the last toggle switch right here allows you to choose between sine or square wave modulation. So now that you know some of this pedal's capabilities and what it sounds like in a full mix demo, how about a raw tone test? We're going to put this through the clean channel of my Boss Katana 100 watt head going into my Randall KH 4x12. I'm going to play 4 or 5 different tones, that way you can hear the full range of this pedal's capabilities. Let's get into it. Ghost mode. Here's the dirty slap. Call this a dream crusher, or basically fuzz with little modulation. Here's the chorus clang. Here we go, freaky flange. Arpeggio echoes. Now I can pull out the dry signal and make this 100% wet. So now that you know what this pedal sounds like, let's talk pros and cons, starting off with the pros. The first pro is going to be versatility. With a versatile sound palette like this, you can get warm, clean delays, lush modulated echoes, and fuzz-drenched repeats. You can even use it as just a fuzz pedal. And in my opinion, that makes this pedal perfect for metal, shoegaze, post-rock, and experimental genres, just to name a few. The next pro is going to be the easy to use controls. Everything is labeled properly, so you're able to dial in that exact sound you're looking for. The next pro is definitely going to be the high quality build. When you spend a couple $100s on a pedal, you're going to want it to last. This pedal's metal casing allows it to endure the heaviest of guitar tap dancers, and that's definitely a good thing. And the last pro definitely has to be that this pedal can also be used on bass guitar. And if you're curious how that sounds, it sounds like this. And now moving on to the cons. There's not very many, but there are a few things worth mentioning. For starters, this pedal does not have a tap tempo. However, if you're looking for time-based precision, you can just come right up here and adjust it by the millisecond. The next thing worth mentioning is the feedback knob is kind of sensitive, but all that means is you just have to pay attention when you're looking for that sweet spot. And the final thing worth noting has to do with the fuzz. You can't engage the fuzz by stepping on the foot switch, you have to bend down and manually turn the knob. That makes it tricky to transition between the clean and the fuzz sound like you heard on the full mix demo. I don't think I articulated that clearly enough, so let me clarify. When I say clean tone, I mean the clean ambient tone that I crafted with the pedal on. I'm not talking about the dry clean tone I would get if the pedal was turned off. However, you could always stack this pedal with another fuzz or distortion pedal to create that effect. So let's see if this pedal plays nicely with others. The pedal plays well with others. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and give this one the Tatted Bald Guy seal of approval. Nice job, Death by Audio. If playing guitar was like painting, this pedal would be a whole palette of paint. With so many different colors to paint with, this pedal is a must-have for your collection. So that's going to do it for this one. A massive thank you to Death by Audio for collaborating with me. This is a high-quality pedal, and I'm glad I got to feature it on my channel. So that about wraps it up. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you're new here and you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. Anyway, I'm the Tatted Bald Guy, reminding you, good music makes your head nod. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.